And we welcome you to another rousing edition of Wake Up with Wilder. I'm Ted Alexander with the head coach, Bobby Wilder.
Yes, sir.
Monarchs now 2-0 after a 24-10 victory over Norfolk State. First question about the game on Saturday. What types of different coaching muscles did you and your staff have to use to keep everybody on the right mental pedestal with all the delays?
Yeah, there was a lot of planning and preparation that went into it, Ted. I'd let the kids know in our team meeting at the hotel before we left that that could be a factor. We were prepared for it. Let them know we would have Gatorade and things to eat if we got a long delay, that Danny had extra equipment for them if they need to change. So the kids were mentally prepared, and I thought they handled it great.
And the game on Saturday, we want to also, you sent a letter to the 12th Monarchs. What a showing from the fans. Another sellout, 42 in a row. And lots of them came back after halftime when they could have gone home to shelter.
Yeah, I thought that was a tremendous effort. It was really strange to come out for the pregame warm-up and see an empty facility, but they just filed in quickly, and our kids noticed it. And a big shout out to Bruce Stewart and our game management staff. What a phenomenal job the administration did. I talked to Latrell Scott during the game. He said the communication was great. Everybody handled it well. So those folks don't often get recognized, Ted, for what they did. But a big shout out to all our folks at Old Dominion.
Well, the idea of managing 20,000 people to keep them safe the whole time. Right. And the football game, how about the running attack for Old Dominion? 330 plus yards. Really, on a night like that you needed that.
That was great to see, because that's an emphasis this year. We've shifted from being primarily a passing team the last 4 years to run, play action, pass while we develop a freshman quarterback. And great start to it, Ted, going 9 plays, 72 yards on the opening drive, all runs, a mix of Lowry and Pascal in addition to our run game that the offensive staff put in. So we got off to a great start running the ball in this one.
So Pascal dashes on first down for like 12 or 14 yards, and Andy's grinning from ear to ear saying, I saw it in practice, they swore me to secrecy. And I said, what's going on here?
That was a really good addition to the staff, because right now what you'll see, Ted, is people are going to focus on Ray Lowry. So anything we do off of Ray, that quick handoff and then a fake to Ray, or faking the ball to Ray and then the play action pass, that's going to be effective.
You also brought another member into the running back pool. Keshawn Strong had a heck of a game with his first touchdown.
He sure did, and he was put into the game after a situation where Ray had fumbled the ball. Now, it was during a face mask penalty. His head was getting ripped sideways. He let it on the ground, but that's a rule. If the ball is on the ground, if you don't get up and hand the ball to the official, you're probably coming out of the game. And his first 2 carries, Keshawn Strong, looked like big-time runs. We were first and goal in the 6, a 5-yarder, and then he scores from a yard out, 2 really good runs. So excited right now with all 3 running backs. We're going to need all 3 of them this year.
So the Monarchs at one point, after a punt block was taken back for a score by Norfolk State, trailing 10-7. That was early second quarter, and after that, the defense just shut the Spartans down.
They did, and a really big answer, Ted, by our offense, going 16 plays, 80 yards, a big-time play on 4th and 1 on the goal line. You saw Ray Lowry and their outstanding linebacker, Deion King, in a collision, and then Ray scores. King had 21 tackles. I think he could play and be successful at any level of football. But you mentioned the defense. They didn't give up a touchdown in this game. The one drive they got the field goal on, they scored on the block punt. I thought this was an outstanding performance overall by our defense.
So you go to 2-0 and you welcome the first Power 5 team to Foreman Field at SB Ballard Stadium. What a week it'll be preparing for NC State.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mentioned after the win when I was congratulating the players in the locker room, I said to them, who's coming to town next week? And in unison, they all yelled North Carolina State. They're excited for this one. I know our fan base will be excited. North Carolina State's 2-0 right now, off to a good start. Outstanding quarterback in Jacoby Brissett. And this will be a good football team. We had a great game with them last year, Ted, as you know. We led at halftime. We led early in the third quarter. Just got worn down by our lack of depth. We've got better depth now, so really excited for this one.
Point of emphasis at practice this week will be?
It's going to be that we've got to continue to improve. I talked to the kids a lot yesterday in our team meeting, Ted, about staying focused on the process of winning. It's not about the opponent right now. It's about us. We've got to continue to plan well, to prepare well, and then go out and execute. in the games. I still believe, Ted, I said this to you in preseason, I still believe we're 4 or 5 weeks away from being the type of team I think we can be. And the biggest reason, Ted, I looked back yesterday, we played 48 players in this game Saturday. 31 of them are freshmen and sophomores. We're only playing 17 upperclassmen, and a lot of our key guys right now, they're puppies. They're just young guys. They're still trying to figure it out. But what I love about this team is they play hard. They listen. They're trying to do the right things. It's just going to take us a minute to get this thing all together. The good thing is we won a couple games while we're putting this together.
And before we get you out of here, patience isn't a one-game thing. It isn't a two-game thing. It's a different timetable for every single player. So the patience, we need to use it all season long.
It is, and this is a very competitive stretch we're going into, Ted. You're talking about North Carolina State, Appalachian State, and Marshall, 3 teams that are all going to be bowl teams this year. I think NC State will compete in the ACC. App State is predicted to win the Sun Belt, and Marshall's the defending conference champion. So we've got to stay patient and just continue to build what we're doing right now. Our team has some confidence. They're growing together. They're really appreciating each other and what they're doing. This is a fun group to coach, and we're going to get better each week.
That's the head coach, Bobby Wilder. Monarchs 2-0, welcoming the Wolfpack of NC State to Foreman Field at SB Ballard Stadium this upcoming Saturday. For the coach, I'm Ted Alexander. Now we can go back to bed with Wilder.
We got work to do, Ted.
Work to do. No sleeping. All right, no sleeping.